I'll tell you, I can't wait. We're going to have a little theater thing around here, you know. The Mausoleum Theater, and let's see, Harry Skull is the producer of it, and the director's going to be Gore the Guard, and I'm going to have a Juliet coming in. She's real ugly, though, awful ugly, and she's not like the niece of Harry Skull's, who's, you know, kind of like a gorilla. And what else? Oh, we're going to do Romeo and Juliet, and I'm going to be the star Romeo. Boy, what's that? Hey, that's the guard knocking at the door. What's cooking, guard knocking at the door? Hey, is this my Juliet? Oh, how do you do? My name is Romeo and your name is Juliet, huh? Wow, you are ugly. But I suppose it's the best you can do, and you got to kind of treat the producer right. That's the way it goes, huh? Hey, Mr. Director, do you think we should have a rehearsal? Oh, okay. May I look at the lines, please? Oh, yeah. I better explain this to our viewing audience, wherever you are. You know, this is the story of Romeo and Juliet, a couple of kids that were really in love with each other, and one's Capulet and one's Montague, right? Isn't that the way the family goes? And they're having a terrible time because the families are always at war with each other, and these two kids are meeting on the sly, see? And this will be the balcony scene, the famous balcony scene from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. That's right, huh? Hey, oh boy, get on with it, he says. Get on with the show. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, Juliet, I forgot to kiss your hand when I met you. Wow. Nice, I'll tell you. Good taste. Do you want to get up on the coffin and pretend that's the balcony, all right? That up, girl. All right, now, let's see, what is my line? My line says, oh yes. You ready? Ready for this? Ready, guard? All right, this is a rehearsal now for Romeo and Juliet. He jests at scars that never felt a wound. Isn't that right? I turn to her and say my next line, right? You're ruining my motivation here. He jests at scars that never felt a wound. Oh, but soft. What light through yonder window breaks? Is it okay if I take that line again, Director? Yeah, somebody's goofing around this place. He jests at... No, that's not it. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun.
Ah, me.
Hey, boy, isn't that talent? Ah, me, she said it just right. She speaks again. Oh, she speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Hey, wow, we got talent around this place. Boy, oh boy, isn't that beautiful? What do you think about that, Director? Hey, he really liked it, everybody. He really liked it, honey. Hold it a second. Move back. I have never seen such beautiful feet. Look at these tootsies. Hey, can you get a shot of these tootsies? Aren't they great? Am I in the way? Can you get a shot? Look at those. Boy, oh, you could win a contest with those tootsies. Hey, you know, I could say my lines to the tootsies and I'd be probably happier. He jests at scars that never felt a wound. Hi there, baby. Wowee. Well, anyway, that's enough of that. I'm embarrassing her. Isn't that terrible? But they are beautiful. Beautiful, honey. Oh, what? Here, let me help you down, okay? Oh. Boy, I hope I don't have to carry you across the stage because you're kind of heavy. Ugly, but heavy, but you really say your lines good. Everything's fine, huh, Director? Oh, okay, we can take a break now. Let's sit down here on the coffin. Don't sit on the rope because it kind of hurts you, okay?
Well, this is it, Molly. Oakmore.
This place? You have to be kidding.
No.
Well, what happened to the broad green lawns and the servants in crisp white uniforms?
Oakmore was the most beautiful estate in the county. I can't understand why my uncle has let it run down like this.
Doesn't look to me like your uncle or anybody else lives here. I told you we should have waited for an answer to our letter.
You told me every mile of the way, but you didn't suggest what we should do for money or a place to stay while we were waiting.
I only hope he still remembers you were his favorite nephew. When was the last time he dandled you on his knee? 20 years ago?
Cut the chatter. Let's go inside.
It's getting dark. Let's go back to the village.
I've got exactly $12 in my pocket. How long do you think that'll keep us?
Well, it's obvious he doesn't live here anymore.
Hello? Anybody here?
Please, let's go.
Don't be in such a rush. Hello, anybody here? Hello? Why don't you take a look in there, honey?
There's nobody in there.
Oh, maybe the old boy took a trip or something. Or maybe he's just not using this part of the house. Anyway, I'm going to make sure. Hello? Uncle Conrad? Well, I guess you don't recognize me, sir. It's Fred. Fred Bancroft? Your nephew. And this is my wife, Molly. Molly, this is my uncle.
Hello. I hope you don't think we're snooping. We did knock, and Fred was certain you were here.
I was in the library.
In the library?
Yes.
That certainly is good to see you again, sir. How have you been?
Come this way.
Fred, I looked in the library. He wasn't in there. It was empty.
Don't be silly. Go on. Go on.
You know, there's something vaguely familiar about that Dr. Marcus. Creepy, sinister sort of chap, don't you agree? I have it. He's the kind of netherworld character who's forever popping up in nightmares. My nightmares, at any rate. But as for the doctor's young and apparently uninvited house guests, something tells me they'll soon regret disturbing the tomb-like serenity of this decaying old house. I dare you to guess what's in store for Fred Bancroft, as played by Dick York. And Molly, his charming but frightened young wife, as played by Carolyn Carney. And how will Professor Angus Holden, as played by Henry Hunter, figure in the terror which awaits our unfortunate young couple? If you think the answers are entirely dependent upon the whims of the inhospitable Dr. Conrad Marcuson, you're right, my friends. So please, just sit quietly, don't make a sound. I shudder to think of what would happen if he knew that you were watching.
There. That ought to do it.
I hope we're not intruding. I thought I'd never get warm again. You know, we drove all the way from New York in that open car of ours, and we didn't want to see the sunshine.
I suppose you got our letter explaining it.
No. I've been away and I'm leaving again soon.
Oh, well, I guess some explanations are in order.
Yeah, you must think we're a couple of nuts barging in like this. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, Molly and I had planned to do our post-grad work at Penrose. We thought that maybe you would... But tell the truth, sir, we're flat broke. We need a place to stay until we find jobs. It would only be for a short time, Uncle. I figured maybe you could use your influence at the university to maybe get us a part-time job as, well, at the cafeteria.
I severed my connection with the university years ago.
Well, I'm sure it would only take us a few days to find something. So if you could only put us up, I'd be glad to pitch in and, well, the place certainly does need repairs and the grounds need work and...
Stop begging him, Fred. Let's get out of here.
And say where?
I don't care. Anywhere.
Come in here, please. There is money here. You may take what you need.
That's awfully nice of you, Uncle Conrad.
But we're not beggars.
What Molly means is that we couldn't take your money. We just need a place to stay for a few days.
What you ask is impossible, then. The house is uncared for. All the utilities have been disconnected.
All right. Perhaps the people at Penrose will be a little more hospitable than my uncle.
You mean you're really going to enroll at Penrose?
Yes, sir. That's what I've been talking about.
That's why we came here.
Well, it would hardly do for you to be discussing me in a bad light with my former colleagues, would it now? Perhaps we had better make some arrangement.
Look, we're not trying to force you into having us if it's going to be inconvenient.
We don't go talking about people behind their backs.
I am glad to hear you say that. I will hold you to your word. No one must know that I have returned. The work on which I'm engaged is highly secret, you understand?
Yes, sir.
It is essential that news, any progress I may have made, remain confidential until I am ready. I ask you to respect my confidence.
Of course, Uncle Conrad.
Very well, then, you may stay. In the master suite off the hall on the second floor. Do whatever cleaning you deem necessary in those rooms and the kitchen, that is all. Touch nothing else. Above all, do not seek me out or disturb me for any reason whatsoever.
Whatever you say, sir.
One more condition, and this is vital. I do not care to have you venture forth at night. You must either stay in those rooms from dusk until dawn, or leave the house entirely for the night. You understand?
It's me. What's wrong?
A rat! Oh, my throat! Oh.
Probably scared him. I'll set out some traps tomorrow. You all right? I'm not hungry tonight anyway.
Well, that's good. Because there's not a crumb fit to eat. Everything's years old. Go and look for yourself. Look. How does he exist? What does he eat? Look, this kitchen, it hasn't been used for years.
Well, he did say he'd been away. Let's take a look at our rooms. There's a bathtub in here big enough to go water skiing. I have to turn the water on, though. Not too bad, huh?
It's dusty and it's damp.
Good fire will fix that.
There's somebody out there.
Lock must have sprung closed.
Fred, your uncle has locked us in.
Don't get panicky. We can always bail out that window. That's not a very complimentary good morning for a considerate husband.
It scared me. Coffee. Oh, you wonderful, beautiful man. Where'd you find it?
In the kitchen. It was an old can that hadn't been opened. That's the first time I ever cooked on a wood stove.
But our door was jammed.
No, it was open. You must have slipped the bolt before I woke up.
What bolt?